A broke nonprofit, a secret deal, and elderly people left homeless for months. The sale of the Northfield has been a long time coming. CDS Monarch confirmed to me that it's been working to buy the Northfield from Family Service of Rochester for 9 months. The Monroe County Legislature approved $600,000 in American Rescue Act, or ARPA funding, for CDS Monarch to buy and renovate the Northfield. The plan? Provide housing for low-income seniors.
I just assumed CDS Monarch is this wonderful organization that they're going to take over the care of these residents. And according to the application, that sort of does appear to be the plan.
Barnhart says legislators were not given access to the application before being asked to vote on the project. She had to make an appointment to see it. And in fact, the application reads, "Sellers shall terminate all leases, with the exception of residential leases to be assigned to the purchaser." And that's not all.
In a form that was part of this application that CDS Monarch submitted to the state, it checked a box saying that this was going to be an occupied rehabilitation, which means that residents would be allowed to stay.
So why aren't they being allowed to stay? That was my question for CDS Monarch. In a statement, the company's CEO said, "We have not been involved in decisions about resident discharges or the facility's closure." He went on to say, "We are currently awaiting regulatory approval to complete a transfer of ownership. Once finalized, CDS Monarch will be able to take a more active role in supporting residents. But that could be weeks or months."
Why was there no coordination between Family Services of Rochester and CDS to inform the residents of what was going to happen and to prevent any kind of eviction?
She echoes the sentiment of residents who say they feel betrayed by Family Service of Rochester.
The staff here did the best they could, but I think the higher-ups lied to everybody. And I think that's horrible.
Oh, yeah. None of this would have happened had there been transparency. Family Services of Rochester wouldn't have dared evict these residents had everybody known what the plan was. Had the residents known, had the county legislature known, had the media known, had the general public known.
Now, Family Service of Rochester says they didn't tell residents sooner because the Department of Health oversees assisted living programs, and DOH insisted on secrecy until closure of the program was finalized. But Barnhart points out that state and federal taxpayer dollars are involved here, and that mandates transparency. Now, we had a photojournalist at today's meeting of residents with their lawyer, and we'll hear from those residents all new at 6.